Holy shit, this music. It's because I had to get the notification. Technology's a bitch. I don't like it. Okay. Excuse me. I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot and send it to one of the top dogs that took part in this game with like voice acting and shit. Oh my god. Okay. Technology, we don't know her. Another reason why I don't like streaming on YouTube all that much. Well, I mean, I'd rather not. I mean, I would use Twitch, but I kind of don't want it to, like, delete all my shit, so. Plus, YouTube has been, like, the easiest for me to use with, like, live stream, so checks out. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit more. Okay. Could send it to Adam too, since he liked my tweet in the first place about streaming. Just thought you might be interested as well. Oh my goodness. I swear I'll get to playing this game. It's just, one, this music, oh my god, I could listen to it forever, and two, I am just waiting for more people to show up. The music seems like intense, so getting me a little bit excited. Me with amnesia. It took me a while to realize that this purple thing in the background is supposed to be one of the characters, too. It took me till just now to realize that. That's really dope. And to hell with it. I'm gonna do that right now. Oh my god. The art is gonna blow me away. Holy cow. Look at this! I wanna live there. The beginning. Oh my god, I love that. It sounds like a typewriter. Oh my goodness! Hi, Sally.
You ready, Sally?
Grimore, I've been standing here for 7.5 minutes.
I just started, bitch!
Just checking.
Do you have the map?
Yes, I do. I guess.
Yeah, but it's basically blank. Did you read the case file? What do you think?
I'm not sure yet. It's really not a lot to go on. Did you read it?
Yeah, I'll read it on the way to the crime scene.
This guy's me. Oh my god. Okay, case file, murder victim. Freya Fellow, 19, died whilst painting a portrait of Flora Fellow, 44. Location, Flora's tower. Flora was present as she was posing for a portrait. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit more. Flora was present as she was posing for a portrait. Freya Fellow was found lying on her back with a single stab wound to her chest. No weapon was found at the scene, but the subject of Freya's unfinished painting is holding a knife. The red color on the tip of the knife is not paint, it was discovered to be blood. It's very sus. Tangle Tower, a small painting on a scrap of paper. A few notes have been written on the back. Nowadays it goes by Tangle Tower, but it's actually a pair of towers connected by a mansion at the base. It is surrounded by a circular lake. The water is an unusual mix of colors. The lake is enclosed by sheer, pale cliffs. They're too steep and smooth to climb. Tangle Tower is currently home to both the Fellow family and the Pointer family. Okay. Okay, there's Freya. That's the stuff. Ooh, the ambience. Okay.
It's the little boat we used to cross the lake. It's the only way on or off the island.
What a comforting thought.
Be a shame if y'all got stranded.
It's a bird bath. Is that just rainwater? Looks a little weird.
The birds seem to like it.
They're even singing a little tune.
God damn
Please don't
you!
do that.
That was adorable. Don't do that. Okay.
It's a bird bath. Is that just
I'm just
rainwater?
gonna play it
seem to like
again.
it.
They're even singing a little.
I don't know.
Please don't
I
do
love that. Sorry. Okay.
It's a garden, I think. It's currently far away.
We could walk closer to it.
Ready when you are.
Like, yeah, we do have legs. We could just go. Doot, 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 doot. No, it's fine. Grimoire is a bean. Hi, SFB Games. Hello. I'm Salty Cheerios. My friends call me Cereal or Siri or fucking whatever you want. You can call me Cereal for simplicity. But hi. I hope you enjoy this. And SFB Games, I'm pretty sure, is like behind the creative process and the writing of this game. Or I think just the writing. So, hey! I hope you have a great time. Okay.
This is some garden.
Do the plants all look a little strange to you?
I've seen Stranger. Yes, sirree.
It's a statue of some hideous, scaly, bipedal fish monster
And a harp.
playing a harp.
Oh my god, that face. He's fear.jpg.
Hang on a second.
Look closer. What's up?
This isn't just a regular statue, is it?
Something tells me we're not gonna solve this just yet.
Okay. The column segments can be rotated, but what's the purpose of it? Oh wow.
Let's come back later.
Okay.
It must do something.
We made the whole thing. I'm the creative director and I wrote the script. Hope you enjoy it. Wait, hopefully others join since I didn't promo it. Promo it. Okay. I'm probably going to enjoy this, most likely, because I enjoyed Detective Grimoire, which I played before this, of course. I enjoyed it. Really fun. Okay. It must do something.
You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
Harp statue, an old weathered statue of an amphibious creature holding a large harp. Symbols are engraved on each of the harp's 4 column segments. Okay. Cool beans. Oh, an egg.
It's a stone carving. Wonder how it got cracked.
I think it's supposed to look like that. It's an egg.
A nice egg in these trying times. I love that there's a character named Grimoire. Okay, I'm sorry, as a Wiccan, I think that's awesome. Yes, sirree.
It's quiet.
Too quiet.
Mm-hmm.
You're supposed to say, too quiet?
It's not. It's an appropriate amount of quiet.
Oh my god. Banter. TBH, I also find that awesome. Grimoire is a great name, okay? Tangle Tour.
Oh.
What?
Oh. There's an O on the floor.
Nah! It's 3 quiet, god damn it.
Oh yeah. Tangle Tour.
Oh my god. Grimoire is me, but a dude. A Kids Next Door reference. What? What about For Quiet?
Twir.
Twir! Can we put it back up?
What?
Oh,
Oh yeah. Tangle.
Twir.
I can't put it. Oh, wait. Whoops. Go back here.
Should we ring the doorbell?
Why would we not?
Ooh,
It's a
that's
little
pretty.
melody.
Oh, I love that. 5 Quiet. These crazy people that you see in the live stream chat, SFB, they're all my friends, so yeah.
Don't think it's locked.
Oh, that means we can just walk straight in, right?
I'm pretty sure that's the rule, yeah.
What is
Do you
this?
think he'll start to move if we try to go inside?
Oh my god, that'd be some haunting ground shit.
No. I think he'll just silently judge us.
Mood. Oop, that melody is a key. Is it?
Should we ring the doorbell?
Why would we not? It's a little melody.
Huh.
Little bird feeders.
Oh, those are cute!
How do you know they're for birds?
I don't know. Got the music for this is amazing, right? Maybe the harp, maybe. Oh man, I don't know.
Let's head to the crime scene first.
Okay,
It's at the
okay.
top of the west tower, I think.
Okay. Explore later, Grand Hall. Oh my goodness! That is pretty.
Now it's a big glass tube filled with water.
There are weeds in there. And sand.
It's an aquarium?
Could be. Except there's nothing living in it. Anymore.
Oh.
It's not locked.
This is not locked
A
either.
door.
Oh, what's behind it?
A room.
You never know, meaning it might be important. You never know. What is this?
What is that?
I think it's a family tree.
This sounds boring. No, look closer. Oh, wow. That's a nifty design for a family tree. Huh. Wait. Lord Remington, Lady Remington. What? Oh my god, there was a Remington in the first game. Is this a reference?
Lord Remington.
He sounds important.
I remember a Remington from the first game. Okay. West?
Let's head to the crime scene.
Nope.
It's at the top of the west tower, I think.
That one?
Let's head to the crime
God
scene.
dang
It's
it.
at the top of the west tower.
Is it that one? Okay. I played so many puzzle games, Big Fish games, owned puzzle games. Hello there.
The outline of Freya Fellow. Looks like she fell onto her back. There's a single patch of blood, right in the middle. No real signs of a struggle.
That's weird.
What?
Her feet were right up by the canvas.
So?
So she was probably standing really close to the canvas when she fell.
Let's check the case file again.
Okay. Found lying on her back with a single stab wound to her chest. I'm not sure which seems like even less logical. Either she like frickin' stabbed herself with a frickin' paintbrush, or the possibility of like the painting coming to life or some crap. I don't know which seems less logical. But huh. Another
Let's
egg.
take a look at that painting first.
Okay.
There it is. The unfinished portrait of Flora Fellow.
So, what? Freya was killed halfway through painting it.
Looks that way.
The knife has blood. Freya was unable to finish the painting as she died sometime during the process. Flora appears to be wielding a knife. The red substance on the tip was discovered by blood. I'm starting to think now that that Flora here like tried to disguise the paint, the blood as like red paint or something, which is why that's there. But I don't know. That's just me thinking.
I wonder if all of Freya's paintings are this creepy. Maybe it's just because she never got to finish it.
There's something wrong with the crime scene. And something really weird about the murder weapon.
We didn't find a murder weapon.
Okay. He's knocked out. He's holding a knife tipped with... This. This. Because Freya was going to eat it, what the hell? I also love how Grimoire looks in this game. Sam. This?
Flora's
Oh!
portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood because it stabbed Freya.
What?
Huh?
You think Freya was stabbed by a painting? Not by the woman from the painting, but by the painting itself.
Mm-hmm. Freya was standing right up by the canvas when
He's
she
so
was killed.
freaking confident about
There's
it.
blood on the knife. It's the murder weapon.
Right, but it's not actually a knife. It can't stab.
See any other knives around here?
Shut
Case
me up.
The case is not closed. And even if you were right, where does that leave us? A painting can't be a murder suspect.
Shut me up. Grimoire, please. Okay. Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Flora Fellow?
Look at her hair! Goddamn!
Sorry to barge in. I'm sure you're still in some distress.
We need to ask you a few questions, I'm afraid.
Did you witness the murder, Flora?
Nothing. What do we do?
Not sure. She's entitled to her silence, I suppose.
For now.
Got my eye on you. Yourself.
Is there anything you'd like to tell us, Flora? I don't really know anything about you at all.
I think that's the way she likes it. We'll just have to ask other people about her.
Yeah, okay.
He Shaw. Alright, yesterday.
Freya was painting your portrait yesterday. Is that right?
That hair blow
Was
in.
this something
Oh,
you had planned with her ahead of time?
Was there something special about yesterday?
Did you talk to Freya at all while she was painting you?
She's not going to answer us, is she?
Nope. But at least we can say we tried.
I was just gonna. I mean, I was gonna read more of the chat, but I didn't want to talk over the dialogue. So that hair blow animation took about 2 weeks, and it's only shown a couple of times. Holy cow! Y'all did good. Y'all did great on it. Her hair like moves like friggin' paper. Like paper or something blowing through the wind. And it's really nice. I love that. Statement.
Flora, you were definitely in the room at the time of the murder. Surely you must have seen something? Can you tell me anything about what happened to Freya?
No.
She's acting pretty suspicious, if you ask me.
Yeah, pretty dang
I don't
sus.
know. Maybe she really doesn't know anything.
How is that possible? Were you close with Freya? How are you two related? Did you kill Freya?
Grimoire.
What? I don't even think she's listening.
I think she's ignoring us.
listening.
Rude.
Anything we should know? Any hobbies? Besides staring out the window?
God. You really don't know Grimoire.
Did you ask Freya to paint this? Or was it her idea?
What is that you're holding in the painting, Flora? Some
A
people
murder
would say
weapon!
It's a knife.
Whoosh. Harp statue? Okay. Nope. Not that either. Okay. Give that dirty look from Flora. Oh yeah, she's listening, Grimmy. Sometimes people keep their silence for other reasons. Sus.
Is that a gramophone?
I think so. Except it's got a tape deck instead of a turntable.
It's also got a big crack down the middle.
Huh. It plays cassette tapes instead of vinyl records. It's pointed towards the middle of the room. There's a noticeable crack through it and all the way from the horn down through the tape deck. Huh.
What about the cassette tape?
What about the cassette tape?
Yeah, it sure is. Pink.
Pink? Oh my god, that's cute. The cassette tape was has a crack down the middle. There is a handwritten message on the label to Freya.
Do you think it still works?
The gramophone? We could give it a go.
Okay. I thought that said leave me alone, but try it. I want a cassette tape like this. Like, it's been a week, I'm sorry, what? It's been all week, new crushes. I'm sorry? Amber? Care to explain yourself? Okay. Oh.
It's piano music.
It's a recording of piano music. It plays for a short while before stopping. Oh, I didn't notice this. Ah. Nifty. This is really soothing. Amber spilled the tea. Is it a crime? Explain yourself, child. The gramophone can still be used to listen to audio cassettes. Nice. I like it. It is very soothing. Also, I would love a gramophone with a tape deck, please.
Half the room is a big open window.
I don't know if you can call it an open window. It's more like the sudden absence of wall.
Okay. Alright, what's up? Oh my god, look at that lamp! It's Mr. Puff.
Fish?
Yes. It's also a lamp, for some reason.
It's Mr. Puff. I cracked the code.
It's a magic lamp. Can we summon the genie?
If we get really stuck, sure.
I want to do that. I want to do that. But so far I can just poke it.
Nice. A real treasure chest.
How do you know there's treasure in there?
Why else would it be locked? Plus, there's a treasure map hanging directly above it.
Oh,
What's
it's
the deal
another
with that
puzzle.
painting
Okay.
on the front?
Not sure.
It's a nice painting, though.
We should check that treasure map, too.
Let's see. Mr. Puff. Use the treasure map to discover the combination for the chest padlock. Wait. Oh, I see what the puzzle is now. I get ya. Okay, we'll look at that in a
I'll
moment.
Come back later.
Ooh, a hammock.
A hammock. It's kind of worn out.
I would politely describe it as lived in.
Hello, sir.
Sir?
You look sad.
Can you hear me? I'm Private Detective Grimoire. I have some questions for you.
Grimoire. Good mysterious name. I rather like it. Felix Fellow at your beck and call.
And, this is my colleague, Sally.
Yeah, that's a perfectly good name as well.
Thanks.
If you would, Mr. Fellow, we really
Shade.
need to ask you about the murder.
Well, I must say I'm rather jealous of you two.
Oh yeah? Why's that?
Out here solving mysteries, exploring new places, uncovering secret rooms, hidden treasures. That's what life is all about.
Secret rooms?
Generally speaking, you know, that sort of thing.
Getting real sus here, sir.
So, Felix, what exactly do you, do?
Is it not obvious?
No.
I'm an explorer. Explorer slash treasure hunter. Yes, well, best in the world.
We're talking like curse statues, spike pits.
It's a little more sophisticated than that. But I've certainly seen my share of danger, if that's what you're asking.
And, if I may ask, when did you retire?
Listen here. I may be between ventures right now, but it's simply not in my nature to stay in one place for too long. I go wherever the winds
When
of
exactly did you
destiny
retire?
take
God
me.
damn.
Don't you live here with your wife and daughter?
Yes, well, the Fellow family has certain loyalties. And with Flora the way she is,
Nothing wrong with raising a family, Mr. Fellow.
don't
He says as he
misunderstand me.
as
Fiona
he-
and Flora are my entire world. They are the greatest treasure of all.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Why on earth would you want to know about that?
The murder of Freya Fellow. The reason we're here.
Ah, right.
We ain't
Nasty
here just for
business.
show.
Very unfortunate. I regret that I can't be of any help, but I wish you all the best in your investigation.
Hear that, Grimoire? We're done here. Let's go.
It's a simple question, Felix. I'm sure you're up to it.
Well, there's not much to tell. Mostly, I was in my room by myself, working on Flora's, on a project.
Your room is quite close to Flora's tower. You didn't hear anything unusual?
What qualifies as unusual?
Oh, you know, the sound
you
of
got?
flesh being stabbed and shit like that.
It was dusk. A feeling lingered in the air. Malevolent? Perhaps. Uncertain as life itself.
Abridged version, please.
Right. Fine. I heard someone heading down the stairs, just outside my room. The footsteps were calm, orderly, so I thought nothing of it. Shortly afterward, I heard a second set of footsteps, going the same way. This time I could tell just from the sound that something was wrong. So I looked out into the hallway. I got a glimpse of Poppy disappearing down the staircase to the floor below. Didn't know what to make of it, to be honest. I thought perhaps she'd had a disagreement with Fitz, as I know those two are close. So I looked into his room, just in case, but it was empty. as was the garden beyond his window. Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her. We went into Flora's room. Poor Freya was laying on the floor. Fiona, Poppy, Pitts, and Pointer were there already. Flora, too, of course. Soon enough, everyone else made their excuses and left.
Including you?
Not I. I stayed. Flora needed me.
Okay.
Uncommonly skilled as an artist, but Freya was so much more than her talent. She helped me get started with my own painting, you know. It taught me what she knew about wood carving, too. Tremendous patience. She was ever so good with dear Flora.
Freya and Flora were close?
Oh, yes, especially recently.
How are you related to Freya?
Somewhat distantly, as it happens. My father, Lord Fellow, was her grandfather. Technically, that makes her a fellow. Let's just say there was some discussion over whether she ought to carry the name at all. There's a family tree in the Grand Hall. You should take a look at it.
What about her inheritance?
Freya's parents died when she was around 3 years old.
Aww.
She came to live here shortly afterwards.
Nobody left her a thing?
I'm afraid not. She had no formal claim over anything at Tangle Tower.
Huh. Whichever statement you get first will be full of references to people you haven't met yet. Okay. I'll be ready for that.
Dearest Flora, a remarkable woman. Oh, yes. Been married over 20 years now.
You two still get on?
That's a question.
She hasn't gone quiet on you.
It's true she has an independent streak. She's had it her whole life. She's the youngest of 3. Always something of a lone wolf, you know? Just the way she is.
Lone wolf is putting it lightly. She doesn't seem to want to talk to anyone.
She just likes time to herself, away from the company of other humans.
Other humans?
Well, yes, other people, you know. You're the one currently basking in his presence. You tell me.
Let's move on.
Okay, croc tape.
That looks like it might belong to Poppy. Flora's quite fond of that old thing. It's in poor shape, though.
Do you know what happened to it?
Can't say I do.
Fun fact, this is the same voice actor as Psycho Mantis. Psycho Mantis. I don't think I know who that is, but I'm gonna Google that real quick. Oh, it's Metal Gear. Okay, no wonder I don't know who that is. Cool beans.
It would have been a beautiful painting. It's rather a shame Freya was unable to finish it.
Nothing about it seems strange to you.
Well, all these modern paintings are slightly strange, aren't they? The emotion of the piece taking over from, say, anatomical accuracy.
What about the knife in Flora's hand?
A knife? That's what you see?
You don't?
Well,
What else could it
I
have been,
would say
sir?
Freya's artistic approach distorts certain shapes. Hard to say exactly what we're looking at.
Pretty darn sure it's a knife.
Rather ugly, isn't it, as far as statues go? Years of wind and rain have not been kind to it either.
Do you know what it is? The creature, I mean.
It's connected to the Remington family history in some way, but I can't recall.
Case file.
What's this?
It's my case file. It's how I know what I'm supposed to be doing.
You mean to say you're bound by the limits of what's written in this little document? Sounds dreadful.
I find it comforting.
Charming, isn't it? Yes. Built by the Remington family originally. Dear Flora's father and his associates.
But now it's owned by you? By the Fellow family?
The Fellows and the Pointers have both come to claim a certain degree of ownership.
And who named it Tangle Tower?
Flora chose the name.
What does it mean?
I think it was her intention that it mean nothing at all. Something of a fresh start.
From what?
This really isn't for me to say, but she had some kind of disagreement with her siblings. After they moved away, Flora changed the name of the house. I think perhaps she hoped it would make them feel unwelcome, yes, less likely to come back.
That's kind of extreme.
Yes, it is rather, isn't it?
He'd be the kind of guy that you would want to go somewhere and get some ale with. Like ale or beer, and he just like frickin' like gives a toast and he just like laughs like I don't know. Alright, ooh.
That's a massive conch shell.
Magic conch shell.
Do you think there's a little crab living inside?
I hope so. A little hand-painted statue.
How can you tell it's hand-painted?
Well, the paints are right there on the desk. Also, I mean, no offense, but you can just tell.
It looks good. Oh, it looks kind of good. Get the same feel too about Felix, not gonna lie. A wooden carving of a man holding a sword. A model has been hand-painted, but the paint is not skillfully applied. Yellow, blue, black, and white paints are found nearby. Huh. Nice. Okay. Oh, Jesus, where did I go? Oh my.
A pillow with a paw print pattern.
It's a cushion.
Yeah, but that doesn't alliterate. It's Freya's bed. A little bit messy.
It's a nice bed, though. I want
It's a
it.
perfectly healthy amount of messy.
Holy cow.
That painting is really something.
Why would you want it looming over your bed like that?
Maybe Freya enjoyed the atmosphere it creates.
The atmosphere of chaos and oppression?
Hang on. There's a smaller version down by the floor.
It's a photograph.
Hello? Is that a mountain or a person? Small photograph of Freya's abstract painting. A piece of adhesive tape is stuck to it. Lines have been drawn with black ink around the edges.
Painting supplies.
It's a fish, I think?
It looks really pretty, though.
I think it looks more like a whale.
Fine, it's a whale.
Could also be a shark.
Come on now. That's clearly a fish. Okay.
It's a little glass box.
I think it's a vivarium.
Come again?
See the leaves and twigs in there?
Volcano.
Might have been for keeping insects. Freya's bear.
I thought it was a pig.
Looks pretty depressed.
He's had a rough couple of days.
Oh. Sally, a shark is a fish.
Just little trinkets.
Let's leave them alone.
Okay. Oh, what about these?
Drawings. Taped up on the wall.
What's that one on the left?
Looks like two people standing together in a garden. One of them's holding a red rose.
Oh. A drawing of a man standing with a woman in a garden. He's holding a red rose. A drawing of a young woman. A drawing of a person wearing a cloak. Alright, I've seen this guy before. I've seen him on like Twitter and Tumblr a couple times, so I recognize him. It's rock formation plus the opening. It reminds me of a volcano. Huh. What's in here? Library. Ooh, purple atmosphere. I dig it. I can dig it.
What's in those bottles?
I'm not sure. Soil samples?
Hello.
Curious. I would expect bacteria of that nature to thrive in these conditions.
Okay, she sounds familiar.
Excuse me.
Taking all the environmental factors into account, there must be something I am still missing.
May I talk to you, miss?
She knows we're here. She just doesn't care.
I am a detective, and I need to talk.
Correction. You do not need to talk to me,
Oh no? How come?
because I am not a suspect. I am completely innocent of any and all crimes.
Thanks for letting me know.
Speaking of which, you have now been at Tangle Tower for over 23 minutes. Surely you have already reached a sturdy hypothesis.
A hypothesis about the murder?
Yeah, come on,
the
Grimoire,
murder.
hurry up.
My apologies. Unfortunately, protocol dictates I must at least meet all the suspects. And that includes you. So, could you tell me your name?
Fifi Fellow, microbiologist, inventor.
Oh, you had it right the first time, Amber. Her name's Fifi.
You will need to be more specific. One's self cannot be summarized in a single response without doing one a great disservice.
So true.
Well, first of all, you're a fellow. So does that make you the daughter of...
Correct. My father and mother are named Flora and Felix, but you need not question either of them. It will only waste valuable time. Neither of them are capable of murder.
Thanks for the tip.
Okay.
Fifi, you said you were a micro... something or other?
Microbiologist, but it is an insignificant label. My studies cannot be categorized in any one recognized field.
What made you
are
want to
very
become a
monotone.
scientist in the first place?
I harbor an
Considering.
intrinsic fascination with the microscopic. I constructed my first one at age 10.
Constructed a microscope?
Correct.
And what's that thing on your head? Did you make that too?
My eyesight began to deteriorate when I turned 12. Not satisfied with the eyeglasses prescribed to me, I designed this custom lens instead. It automatically adjusts.
Is that
based
who
on
this
the
voice
surrounding
actress
light
is?
conditions.
From
Does it feel right?
OKKO? I've never
No.
watched that show either,
But that
so...
would be most amusing.
Again, she sounds familiar, but I never watched OKKO, so... Huh.
What can you tell me about the murder?
What can you tell me about... Wait, that's what I'm supposed to ask you.
Yes. However, you were too slow.
You fancy
Wow.
yourself a detective too, Fifi?
I just need to know what happened.
Me too. So talk.
Fine. I knew ahead of time that Freya was going to be busy with her painting all day, so I had planned to spend the afternoon with Poppy. I was in the library all morning preparing the equipment for an experiment, only to find out that Poppy had made other plans and she was in fact planning to ignore me completely.
Oh.
So what did you do instead?
I locked myself in my room and
Oh,
cried.
Oh, okay, it's
I'm
not.
sorry to hear
Okay.
that.
Got it.
I don't know, it just sounds kind of sad.
It is not unusual.
Oh. Good.
Wait. It's not the voice... Fifi is voiced by Sarah Ann Williams. She's been in a bunch of video games and anime. I'm gonna look her up when this dialogue is done, actually. Okay, wait.
What can you tell me about the murder?
What that's...
Yes, you.
You
were-
fancy
I
yourself?
just
Me
need
Hold
too.
on.
Fine. I
I'm
knew
just
how
trying to
I
see if
had
I
plans,
missed
but was
anything
in the
after.
library to find out.
Oh.
So what did you do instead?
I locked myself in my room and cried.
Oh.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Why?
I don't know, it just sounds kind of sad.
It is not unusual.
Oh. Good.
Okay. Okay. Sarah and Williams. Behind the voice actors. Oh my god, she was in River City Girls, holy cow! Huh. Gonna be in Freedom Planet 2 though, holy cow. I need to play more of, Freedom Planet. I need to play more of that. Thanks for pointing that out though, SFB Games. Wait. She's in League of Legends and Kill la Kill too. Oh, cool! I saw that! I just didn't comment because it's been a while since I've even watched like the first couple episodes of Kill la Kill. Only one I do recognize though is Uni / Black Sister from Hyperdimension Neptunia. That's the one thing I recognize. But anyway.
I was in my room. The lights were off and the door was locked. Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me. I opened the door. Poppy came into my room. Her makeup was leaking. She told me Freya was dead. I did not believe it. I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
What?
She insisted that we go up to Flora's tower. We left the room.
Rude.
And Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs. When I saw Freya lying on the floor, I was completely and utterly devastated. Then, I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting. Poppy and I took the sample back downstairs to the library. We performed a test and found out that it was, in fact, blood.
You performed that scientific test immediately, even though you were feeling so upset?
Of course. Why would one affect the other?
Never get between me and science.
Name, Freya Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, artist. Deceased. Understand this. Most people find me difficult. They exhibit a noticeable degree of discomfort when talking to me. There it is. Freya, who had a way of being an exception to any given rule, was not at all like this. She is very important, and I will not rest until I understand what has happened to her.
Did
Neither
you
will
spend
we,
a lot
so.
of time with Freya recently?
I will say this. In the past year, Freya became, 1, increasingly independent, and 2, increasingly isolated.
Do you know why?
I do not. If you are looking for a speculative, empathetic opinion, try asking Poppy instead.
The three of you are friends.
We are of a similar age, and all highly gifted. 1 scientist, 1 artist, and 1 musician.
Sounds like quite a team.
Nice.
Name, Flora Fellow. Age, 44. Profession, unknown. Likes, unknown. Dislikes, unknown.
Isn't she your mother? How do you not know anything?
I believe other people may have discovered methods of reaching her, but I have little capacity for interpreting nonverbal communication.
And how long has Flora been non-verbal?
She has always been quiet, willing to speak when necessary, but not more.
So what happened to make her stop talking?
Okay, we are back. I don't know what happened. I'm gonna BRB real quick. So, yeah, just BRB. watch Grimmy rubbing that chin. He's doing a hard thunk. A hard thunk.jpg. Okay. Hi, what's going on? Alright, let's go.
I have no point of comparison, but I would say no.
No? Why not?
You asked me a binary question. Do not get upset that I've provided one of the two possible answers.
What makes him a bad father, Fifi?
He has trouble expressing his emotions, and something of a willful detachment from reality.
Huh. Just like you, then.
Wow!
No, he is quite correct.
Roast.
Name, Fiona Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, amateur microbiologist. Likes, the meaningful archiving of information. Dislikes, the superfluous window dressing accompanying the majority of human contact. Notes,
Huh?
kindly disregard the polysyllabic form of my given forename and refer to me instead as Fifi.
How come you prefer Fifi?
How come you prefer Grimoire?
Frickin'.
How are you related to the other fellows?
Fitz is my cousin. His father, a man named Flint, was my uncle.
Was?
I do not know if Flint is alive or not. He left Tangle Tower a long time ago.
And what about Freya? How are you related to her?
We share exactly one grandparent.
Okay.
Fifi's bedroom should be unlocked now.
Can't wait.
Let's go. Ooh, I like this too.
I don't know what that drink is, but I bet it's 99% sugar.
I'd read you the ingredients, but there's nothing written on the can.
That's even worse.
If it's peace tea, then girl up top. I love peace tea.
What's that big book on the desk?
Looks like something Fifi's been writing.
Is it a clue?
I hope not. It's just a bunch of notes about her microbiology experiments.
Huh. Oh, that's a cute little bear.
A new suspect! Don't think you can get out being questioned just because you're a bear.
God damn it.
I'm innocent, I promise.
Oh my god.
Save it for the judge.
That's amazing. I love that. That was adorable. Save it for the judge.
Fifi's got something pinned up here.
What is all this?
Look closer.
And that's you, Sally.
What? I do not look like that.
Who's that?
Not sure.
I think that's supposed to be Felix.
Fun fact, Amber had a cold when she recorded these examine lines. Examine the trash can and you'll hear it. Oh, I can, okay.
Did you notice who isn't on here?
Freya?
Mm-hmm. And Fifi herself.
Oh my god.
The stuff Fifi's thrown away.
You gonna rummage through the trash can?
No, that is quite beneath me, thank you.
He says as he did the same exact thing in the first game.
I give it 5 minutes before you're in there.
The stuff
You
Fifi's...
gonna rummage through the trash can?
Oh man, I think I hear the cold.
No, that is quite beneath me, thank you.
I give it 5 minutes before you're in there.
I want to play this part again, I loved it.
A new suspect! Don't think you can get out being questioned just because you're a bear.
I'm innocent, I promise.
Save it for the judge.
Oh, that's so cool. There's an extra vocal fry on can. On can?
I don't know what that drink is, but
But-
that's
Oh
even
wait, I
worse.
already heard this.
That's a whole lot of books. It's a magnifying glass. A big one.
How come you don't have one of those?
Why? Because I'm a detective? Should I start smoking a pipe too?
Sherlock Holmes style.
You can pull off a pipe.
Let me hear it again.
The stuff Fifi's thrown away.
You gonna rummage through the trash can?
Oh, yep. I hear it. I do hear it.
No, that is quite...
I give it 5 minutes before you're in there.
Got it.
What's that big book on the desk?
Looks like something Fifi's been writing.
Is it a clue?
I hope not. It's just a bunch of notes about her microbiology experiments.
I love the bear bit. It's amazing. I love these lamps
Crystal
too. Or chandeliers.
Extra
Sorry.
fancy.
I don't know. They just seem old-fashioned to me. Plus, they're kind of dusty.
Okay.
Boxes. Of stuff.
What about this thing?
It looks like a microscope. A big one.
Can I touch it?
Can I touch it?
I'm not sure this
What
is
the
a
hell?
microscope.
Horizontally slide the 4 magnifying lenses to the correct positions.
I guess that's wrong.
The
Oh.
4 lenses all have different magnification strengths, so they must each have a specific position along the rail.
Oh, now I get it. Because I see the reference thing on the bottom. I understand now. Okay. Oh man, I'll figure that out
Is it a
later.
Puzzle?
No. Get me out of
Just
here.
gonna rest my brain.
Same. Okay. Oh, it's that person.
A wooden trunk that opens up into a full desk.
I want one.
Hello.
Whoa, nice cape.
You're not fellows or pointers.
Oh, it's a
I'm sure I
woman.
shall immediately regret asking. But who are you, and what is your business here?
I'm Sally, and this is my sidekick Grimoire.
A private detective, Grimoire.
Really? You're a detective. If this is a joke, it's not a good one.
Who are you, anyway?
Private Detective Hawkshaw.
Oh, nice. Hawkshaw's a cooler name than Grimoire. Maybe
Wow.
I'll become her sidekick.
You're
Shade.
not on the Freya fellow case, too, are you?
That is classified information between myself and my client. Clearly, this is something which eludes you. But a real detective refrains from handing out informations to persons unknown.
Okay, chill.
Right.
Now, if you would, I have work to do.
Make me feel self-conscious. Shit.
It's not in my interest to discuss personal details.
Even if you're one of the suspects
More
in the
crushes.
murder?
Very well. Let us make a small exception. Ask.
Oh, What are
Okay.
you doing here?
I'm on a case at the behest of my client.
How long have you been at Tangle Tower?
133 hours. 5.5 days.
Who are you working for?
This
I
bitch
am
trying to
not
one
at
up me.
liberty to answer that. Now, I shall permit you one more question.
What crime are
How'd you get that scar? It's cool.
This bitch
You
trying to
really
one up
think
me.
so? As it happens, I completed an examination of Flora's room on the morning before the murder. I've been investigating every single room at Tangle Tower. Hers is one of the last on my list.
Did you find anything unusual?
Nothing but a thin layer of dust and an atmosphere of somber melancholy.
Was Flora in there at the time?
She spent the duration of my search staring up at the sky, out the open window. Didn't say a word, although I'm told this is the expected behavior.
What did you do after that?
I spent the early evening searching the library. It took longer than it should have. Fiona leaves that room in a permanent state of disarray.
Fiona was in the library too?
I expected her to make an appearance, but she did not.
And you stayed in the library the rest of the day?
Not quite.
Huh.
Towards the early evening, my examination of the library was unexpectedly disrupted. Sounds of running, wailing, shouting from several floors above. I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared. He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. Our eyes met. He was breathless. Something had caused him great alarm. He told me to stay out of the way. I consented.
Okay, I'm starting to
Decided
not
to
trust
my
Professor
office in the
Pointer.
stone square. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. She was clutching the banister of the Pointer staircase with an apprehensive manner. She wished to know where Professor Pointer had gone. I told her what had transpired. Then, she too crossed the hall and disappeared up the fellow staircase. More so than at any moment prior, I felt like quite an intruder in the house. I took my leave, out towards the stone square. The grounds were silent. There were no signs of human life. Even the greenhouse was without its typical inhabitant. I noted that he, too, must be entangled in whatever was transpiring in Fellow Tower. An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance.
Oh.
He spoke to me of what had occurred. His report was as clumsy and cumbersome as the man giving it.
Did he seem upset?
He was rattled. That much was clear. But sorrowful, mournful, I cannot say.
Huh.
Freya Fellow is of great interest to me. I perceived her to be the most
bet.
intelligent individual here at Tangle Tower.
What's that supposed to
Within a
mean?
day, she had identified for whom I was working and for what I was searching. I didn't know how she did it. I was impressed. I regret that I did not question her more thoroughly when I had the opportunity.
You couldn't have known she was about to be killed, though.
I have only myself to blame for failing to perceive the signs.
What signs?
I do not wish to do your job for you, Detective.
Wow.
314 cases solved.
What?
300?
And 14.
Oh my god, the voice crack. God damn. What an overachiever.
Considerably intelligent, and her powers of observation are enviable. But she has no ambition, no focus.
In her defense, she's still a teenager.
Barely. Did you get anything useful out of him?
Not sure. What about you?
Nothing worth committing to paper.
I think he knows more than he lets on.
Probably. But talking with him is so tedious. Quite the stoic statue, isn't she? I can only dream of being as cold and indifferent as Flora Fellow.
You think she's hiding something?
Perhaps. She has some strange habits. I heard she barely sleeps. An hour here or there.
Oh
Sporadic.
wow.
Spends the rest of her time staring up at the sky.
When did Freya draw the picture of you, Hawkshaw?
I didn't model for her, if that's what you're asking. She must have done it without my permission.
Could just be from memory. It's not quite as detailed as the others anyway.
Huh.
I admit, it's powerful. Freya was a talented young woman.
Someone even liked it enough to take a photo of it.
Now, we don't know why they took the photograph, do we? Perhaps they just wanted it for reference. I'd tell him not to quit his day job, but he hasn't got one, has he?
Shade.
I believe that was in Flora's room yesterday, but it was not cracked when I saw it last. A somewhat cumbersome device, and an altogether inefficient way to listen to music.
What kind of music do you like, Hawkshaw?
I like anything.
What a cop-out.
Oh my god.
Makes quite an impression, doesn't it? Although I can't imagine why she painted Flora wielding a knife.
You didn't see a knife anywhere in Flora's room, did you?
I did not. I conclude whatever stabbed Freya must have been brought into the room from outside. Unless, of course. It was the painting itself.
Surely you don't believe in that kind of thing.
A detective's job is to examine every avenue of thinking.
We're in sync,
Have
apparently.
you deciphered the meaning of those 4 symbols on the harp?
We're working on it.
That's a no, then.
Shade.
You truly consider this a case file?
Excuse you?
No organization, no system.
That's
You're
my
no
style.
system.
I like seeing everything laid out at once. Yeah, it helps me think.
How quaint. Tangle Tower. No idea why they insist on calling it that. It's not even a tower. It's little more than a pair of turrets stuck on either side of a mansion.
Have you searched the whole place?
I believe so. Why?
He wants to know if you found any secret rooms.
I'm afraid the residents of Tangle Tower are far too ordinary for anything like that. I was disappointed too.
Never judge a book by its cover, Hawkshaw. That even is your real name. Okay.
There's a metal plaque on the bench.
Is there a message engraved on it?
I think there was at one point, but someone scratched it off. A pointless little stone tower.
I don't know. Might be a good hiding place.
Want to play hide and seek?
Could be persuaded.
Oh my god. I love these guys.
A giant glowing gemstone full of plants.
AKA a greenhouse.
Is that a clock?
If it is, it's a clock.
Oh wow.
I'm guessing it doesn't tell the time.
So what does it do?
Shit, I don't know.
Just gonna rest my brain. It's Tangle Tower, or at least it's the mansion at the base of Tangle Tower.
Okay.
This one's in a little
Whoa,
pot.
I just noticed the gardener there. Okay.
Okay, that is definitely not edible.
It looks like a gemstone, don't you think?
Potted fruit. The potted fruit with a hard gemstone-like skin. The soil in the pot is an unusual blue color. Interesting. Hello, sir.
Sally,
You're scary.
we're being watched.
Yeah, I see him. He's a little too big to hide in the bushes. Is anyone going to say anything? Or shall we just stand around staring at each other?
This is
Right,
awkward.
sorry.
That's better. I'm Sally. And the guy hiding behind me is Detective Grimoire. Who are you?
Fitzfellow, the gardener.
You have a nice voice,
And
sir.
why are you so tall?
Why are you so tall?
I don't know.
I was born like this.
You work here as the gardener.
I don't get paid to do it. It's just my area of interest.
What's the deal with the plants? They're all
Big softy.
kinda weird.
Right. Did you see the lake?
That giant green and purple lake surrounding the entire house? Yeah, I clocked it.
The color is just a byproduct.
Of what? Poison?
It's not poisonous. Not to you.
What's this got to do with the plants?
The water controls all life, just like anywhere else on the planet. Clouds form, rain falls. The water grows the plants, animals eat the plants. Anything you've perceived as an irregularity is simply a result of this hydrological cycle.
Okay, circle of life.
Could you say that again, but like condense it as if you were talking to a slightly stupid person?
A slightly stupid person.
Our lake water causes the unpredictable alteration of DNA. Sometimes.
Alteration? Like mutation?
That'd be the official term. For us, it's normal. Just nature.
And you're the local expert on all this stuff?
No. I'm just the gardener. I was in my greenhouse, watering and weeding.
Sounds exciting.
Was anyone else around?
Not at first. Penelope came in a little later. She likes looking at the flowers, I think.
Did you speak to each other?
A little, not too much. We
She'd
both
give a
left
little
the
smoochy
greenhouse
smooch.
in the early afternoon. I went up to my room. Then I came back outside to weed the main gardens. Didn't see anyone else. After that, I went up to the garden outside my room.
And?
Let me guess. Watering and weeding.
Right.
Did anything happen to you yesterday, Fitz?
Thunk.tiff.
I was up in the rooftop garden. It was quiet. And then, it wasn't. I can't describe it. Could have been a scream, but it didn't sound human.
Huh?
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
We?
Poppy was with me. Did I not mention that? Flora's room was locked. That's normal. She usually locks it from the inside. I knocked on the door and shouted. Nobody responded. We became concerned.
You kicked the door down?
I did. Poppy and I
God
went in.
damn!
Freya was right there, laying on her back. Flora was there too, but I barely noticed her at first. Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too. Penelope arrived shortly after that, with Felix in tow. I thought that was odd. You don't normally see the two of them together. Felix took charge. There was nothing else I could do to help. I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything. I found her pacing back and forth around the stone square. When I approached her, she snapped at me.
Fucking
I
Hawkshaw,
think she was
man.
annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
Okay.
Have you met this guy, Fitz? Shifty eyes, doesn't say a lot. Totally suspicious, if you ask me.
Hardy har har.
That's me.
Yeah, that's... It was a joke. I was joking.
Oh,
I do
I
that.
see.
It's a joke. I do that.
she was always kind to me. She'd come into the greenhouse when I was working. Sometimes by herself, sometimes with Poppy. I think they were just bored at first. Eventually, they started asking questions.
About what?
Poppy wanted to learn about flowers. Freya, she
I
used to
see,
ask me
because her
about the
name is Poppy.
insects.
Insects.
One of my jobs is to protect plants from things that might eat them. Freya brought me this little glass box, leaves and twigs inside. She'd say, put all the troublemakers in there. Every day I'd put a handful of beetles and other things in the box. Then she'd come along and take it away. I didn't really understand her, but she was always kind.
Aww.
She questioned me,
About what?
my work, the plants, bit of everything.
Did she search the greenhouse?
No, she didn't.
You sure? Maybe she did it when you weren't in there.
No, she hasn't touched it.
How can you tell?
Trust me, I can tell. Fifi doesn't like me.
What did you do?
I'm not sure. If you find out, maybe you can let me know. Felix is a contradiction. His loyalties are placed firmly within the realm of materialism, money, property. But his ego relies on an entirely fraudulent self-image, don't you think?
I was just about to say the same thing.
We in synced.
I like Flora. I hope she's all right.
Do you think she had anything to do with the murder?
There's no way. She wouldn't willingly cause any additional suffering for anyone.
Huh. Okay.
Fitz's room is unlocked. It's up in the fellow tower.
This could be interesting.
Let's go. Oh, this is very vacant.
It's a little handmade card. Someone's drawn a heart on the front.
A love letter, maybe?
Inside it says, to Fitz, from PP. An empty glass and an empty plate.
Looking at it is making me want to cry.
Oh.
Why?
I don't know. Hello.
Not hidden very well, is it?
Doesn't need to be. It's locked.
Oh,
It's a
another
combination
puzzle,
of-
eh?
Sort of.
Rearrange the pieces of paper to find the combination for the box's padlock. Okay, something tells me that this is what's conjoined, I think. And, wait, hold on, let me move that to a different spot. Yeah. And frickin' okay, I think I'm on the right track, but
I'll come back later.
yeah, I'll come back for that later.
It's locked, but it leads outside.
I thought we were halfway up a tower.
We are.
What's that thing by the handle?
More puzzles, eh? Whoa, what? Oh my god, those are pretty. What the heck?
Nothing. Still locked.
The tiles have all got that same sun symbol on them.
Those moon symbols in the slots. Are they connected?
Maybe they're connected, but also not connected.
What?
Let's come back once we know what to do.
Got it. I have a lot of puzzles here.
That poor plant.
Looks pretty healthy to me.
Healthy, but sad. I think it would rather be outside.
Oh. Okay. Let's go here. The sun tiles go opposite of the moon spots. Oh, maybe. Maybe. Ooh.
Are they paper lanterns?
Whatever they are, I like them. It's like a little parade of floating spirits.
Are they?
Whatever, like a little parade.
There's a faded mural on the wall.
When I was a kid, I never knew the difference between a mural and a mosaic.
You still don't know, do you?
No.
Oh, whatever it is, it's playing a little trumpet.
Well, it is the music room. He's got to practice.
What's with all the broken glass?
A shiny statue of a strange creature holding a large horn. There's a noticeable crag running along the length of the statue's horn. Inside the horn on the ground below are various shards of cracked glass. Strange. Whoa!
Are you a ghost?
Sally! Rude! Unless she is a ghost.
It may come as a disappointment, but I am alive.
Ah,
Scary.
Makes you a suspect, I'm afraid.
I know.
what's your name?
My name is Poppy. I'm a pointer. And a pianist.
We'll need to ask you a few questions about Freya.
I know.
Hey, you're pretty good.
All in the wrist. And 13 years of dedicated practice. I'm
Don't
just
look at
me.
me like that.
There's nothing to know.
How are you related to the other pointers?
My father is Percival Pointer. The professor spends most of his time hidden away in his tower. Barely speaks to anyone these days. Especially not the fellows.
Do you get on with the fellows?
Two of them, Fifi and Freya, are my closest friends. We all turned 19 last year.
Do people ever leave Tangle Tower? I don't mean to be rude. It's just, if you're 19...
You don't have to answer that, Poppy.
It's a fair question. I'd like to move away, definitely. Fifi, Freya, and I would often talk about it, argue about it. Freya wanted to leave, but Fifi... things are more complicated for her.
What about now?
After what happened, I really don't want to stay here much longer.
She is staring into the void.
3.5 hours of piano practice. Soon as I wake up. Same as always.
3.5. Does that not hurt your hands?
Sure.
And you do this in the music room?
No, I prefer to practice in my room. When I make mistakes, I like to make them in private.
What did you do after that?
I was supposed to meet Fifi in the library, but I totally forgot. When I finally got down there, she'd already gone. I checked her bedroom, but it was locked.
Was Fifi not in there?
No idea. She keeps her door locked either way. So I went back upstairs and out into the moonlight garden.
What?
The little garden on the roof outside my room.
Was it just you up there?
No. Fitz came outside after a while. His room's on the other side. He's been teaching me about flowers.
So, did you talk to him?
Not really.
You ignored each other.
I didn't say that. Fitz and I were up in the moonlight garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds. I've been trying to decide how to describe it, but I'm struggling. It was like something drilling into a piece of metal, but different. Worse. I was pretty sure it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there to check. Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. I knew Freya and Flora were both supposed to be in there, so I made Fitz kick down the door. I went inside. Freya was lying on the floor.
Flora was in the room too?
Yeah. I think she realized what had happened at the same moment I did. I didn't know what to do, so I ran downstairs to get Fifi. Her door was still locked, but I knocked and shouted at her. Eventually she let me in. The lights were off, but I could see she'd already been crying. I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry. First time I've ever seen her angry. I dragged her out into the hall. My father was there too, for some reason. The three of us went back up to Flora's tower. Then Felix arrived. He had Penny with him. Fifi had this idea. She wanted to do some kind of scientific test. She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes. After she was done, she went back upstairs and I went back to my room.
That's it?
That's it.
I'm really not trusting Poppy's flower. I'm getting sneaking suspicions.
That's me. I'm on a list of murder suspects. Always thought that would be kind of cool, but it's just tedious.
Falls a little short, doesn't it?
Softly does the flower grow, all in time, and
Oh.
time is slow. Rest a seed within the earth, but do not rush its gentle birth. Hour by hour, day by day, tune your heart to nature's way.
Huh.
Hard of head, but free of mind, unimprisoned, unconfined. With starry eyes, she sees beyond, behind our walls, beneath our pond. A soul untied, it's hers, it's free. Was then, is now, will ever be.
Quite the poet.
With surging tide, the waves are thrown, an entity of all its own. But on its surface you may see, reflected in the waters be, the orchestrator, pale and still, pulling strings, enacting will.
Wow.
Between the lips a silver spoon, a story written all too soon. The chosen dwelling of her heart, unjustly chosen to depart. Lost her liberation lays, in the center of a maze.
She's thinking all this as she goes? My god.
Foregone drifter, holding fast. Days as shadow seeker past. Is it bravery or surrender? Accepting that your world will render nothing darker than the gloom some four walls make around a room. Needless noise from tongues expel, unless within the mouth they dwell. The spoken word, unfit for dealing with the shifting form of feeling. Stand unblinking in the face, of taciturn and soundless space.
Wow.
Don't look at me. I didn't break it.
Does anybody else use the music room?
Yes. I don't know who, but I can tell when somebody else has touched the piano.
Okay.
Oh, you've been to the greenhouse? What did you think?
Impressive, I guess. But kind of unsettling, with Fitz lurking in the shadows the whole time.
Yeah, he does that. Hey, that's me. Not a bad likeness.
It looks like you're standing in a rose bush.
Is there something wrong with that? I think everybody sees something different.
Did Freya ever tell you what she saw in it?
Not exactly. She said something about it being from a recurring nightmare.
Sorry, but if it was from a nightmare, why would you paint it and leave it in front of your bed?
Maybe she wanted to take control of it. Giving something a physical form can make it easier to deal with. Well, sometimes.
Makes sense.
Whose paints are those?
They belong to Felix, I think. Does this belong to you, Poppy?
Now that's not really my style, is it?
But who else would own a tape like this?
Literally anybody? It was my mother's originally.
So, why is it up in Flora's room?
She just gets the most use out of it. Freya would borrow it too sometimes.
But yeah, those poems were really cool. I was not expecting that.
When I first saw it, I thought it looked like Flora was holding a knife, with blood on the tip.
You don't think that anymore?
No, it was a stupid thing to say. The room was dark. I was in shock. I'm just an idiot.
But it was blood on the tip. If you hadn't said anything, maybe Fifi wouldn't have checked.
Exactly. It's stupid.
But we would have missed out on an important clue.
Is it a clue? Really? Tell me how it's a clue. Tell me how it helps. Nothing about the knife makes any sense. It's just freaking everyone out. Wish I'd never said anything.
Okay.
What do you make of this statue?
I know that's the only harp in the whole of Tangle Tower. I've never actually seen a real one.
Maybe it's from before your time.
Oh, definitely. You see how old this statue is?
What about the symbols? One of them looks like piano keys.
Yeah, weird. There's something I noticed about Freya's knife wound.
Hit me.
From what we could tell, the blade went in at an exact right angle, perpendicular to Freya's body. And there's only one small pool of blood. Nothing on Freya's hands, or anywhere else. The whole thing is just a little too peaceful.
So there are two families living in Tangle Tower?
Mm-hmm. 3 pointers and 5 fellows. 4 fellows.
What's the connection between them?
There isn't one. Not really. It was all built by the Remington family. Flora is a Remington, originally. So was Primrose, my mother. She married into the Pointers, and Flora married into the Fellows.
So the Fellows and the Pointers own the house now?
Flora owns the house. Depending on who you ask. That means her husband Felix owns it too.
What about your father?
His claim over the house kind of fell apart after my mother left.
Where's your mother now?
No idea.
Huh.
All right. Poppy's bedroom is unlocked.
Let's
I wonder what's in
go.
there.
Oh my goodness. Oh, this is gorgeous.
Oh, thank goodness, there are 7 lit candles. Wouldn't want it to be dark in here. A single red rose. How very traditional.
Yeah, weird.
Oh, thank goodness. Wouldn't want it to be dark in here.
It's a metronome for keeping time.
Look closer.
It's ticking. Is it a bomb?
It's supposed to be ticking. Not sure what those symbols are, though.
I have a good guess. What the... Oh. I'm just pressing random buttons.
Nothing.
We can't rotate the pendulums directly. We just have to use the button.
This is the easiest puzzle in the game, in my opinion. Oh.
Still locked.
The symbols.
Yeah, I think they're the same symbols. I did it.
Oh
What do I
shit!
do?
It is easy!
Not bad. What happened?
Little hatch unlocked in the back.
Anything in there?
Mm-hmm. It's a photograph. Part of a photograph.
What the heck? The Ritz photo shows a young girl with blonde hair and pink clothes. The girl in the photo is using a bright pink cassette player with matching headphones. Huh.
Alas, it is most definitely turned off.
Really?
Anything in the wardrobe?
Dresses mostly. I never realized there were so many shades of black.
There's a name for this kind of piano. You know, these ones that stand upright. Various handmade posters.
What do you think those symbols mean?
The Illuminati!
Hopefully, nothing. That is the bed of a vampire.
I thought vampires slept in coffins.
This is a vampire who needs firm support for their lower back.
Fair enough.
Sheet music.
It's only a few notes. I'd barely even call that music.
Yeah, it's been framed though. Must be important for some reason.
The sheet music has been framed and is decorated with delicate old-fashioned illustrations. Nice. Oh, dude, I see a triple clef above the bed. I also dig that. That's the bed of a vampire.
Just a bunch of clothes on the floor. Nothing weird about that.
To you. More handwritten sheet music.
Okay.
It's an octopus.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It has 6 legs, not 8.
What?
Don't say it.
Sextopus.
God damn it. Sally, no. Oh god. What's up here? Low-key twerking that little butt there. I don't trust you.
It's tidier than my desk. Oh, the notebook is untouched. It's completely blank.
So, even the most well-used notebooks start off blank.
It's tidier than my desk.
Oh, wait.
The notebook.
So, even the most well-used note. You know, I've always wanted one of those.
The correct term would actually be hexapus. Oh.
A mechanical solar system?
I'm being
What
educated.
would you do with it?
It still cracked me up, though.
I would look at it.
Oh my
Wait
goodness.
a minute. Earth in the middle. Sun on the outside. How old is this thing?
Rotate the 5 planets, the sun and the moon around the middle. Whoa. Whoa. Frick.
I'll do this later.
This is the polygon for 6 sides. It's called a hex.
The bell jar. It's empty.
What do people normally keep in bell jars?
Other than bells, you mean?
What is it?
Ah, It's, clearly some kind of large device.
You're not wrong.
Haha, I love how little time you have for puzzles. Well, I mean, I want to like talk to all these people first before I get into the puzzles. It's somehow refreshing. I just want to like talk to all these people before I do that. I mean, I do have trouble, but yeah, you will need to solve them eventually, though. I know. I know. I'm just talking to the people first.
Shh, listen. Do you hear them? The stars. They're whispering. So quiet, and yet so loud.
What are they whispering about?
I don't trust
they
you,
spreading
sir.
rumors
I
about
still
us?
don't trust you.
I shouldn't think they concern themselves with such insignificance. We are but specks of dust, you and I.
Huh?
Could this speck of dust start by telling me his name?
You find yourself standing in the astronomy tower of one Professor Percival Pointer.
Seems like this tower belongs to the Pointers, and the other one belongs to the Fellows.
Well observed, my dear. Tangle Tower is something of a duality, as it happens. Meaningless boundaries, really. They exist only in our minds.
Helpful.
You have that look in your eye, and I don't like that. I don't trust you.
Me? Not much to say. Strictly speaking, I'm the current head of the Pointer family. And of course, father to my precious Poppy.
And a professional
He's very
astronomer?
shifty.
Oh no, that's just a little hobby. I mean, yes, I've studied the stars for over 35 years, published 17 books.
Just a little hobby.
Sounds like you're quite well known. You must bring in a good amount of money.
Oh dear me, no. My field of research has never yielded any kind of stable financial return. Nor would I expect
His hair
it
looks like a
to.
rooftop.
I am nothing but a humble interpreter for the cosmos, working to translate its message so that I may share it with the world.
Cool. Tell the cosmos I say hi.
Each fellow has a name starting with F, and pointers have names starting with P. I think that's interesting.
The day began as any other, with blissful, unremarkable routine. I took my usual morning walk around the gardens. Fresh air does wonders for the mind.
Did you see anyone else?
Penelope and Fitz were in the greenhouse together. I didn't bother them, of course. I sat for a while besides the pond in the garden. It's a favorite spot of mine. Eventually, I returned to my tower and buried myself in my studies for the afternoon.
Did you use your telescope yesterday?
Once the stars began to appear, naturally.
For how long?
I can't say. I've been known to lose hours at my telescope.
Did you see anything?
I bet.
No actual discoveries, if that's what you mean.
So you were all alone up in the astronomy tower. Must have been a while before you found out what had happened to Freya.
Quite. Normally, I would be the last to find out about such a thing. But a curious tug of fate led me towards the fellow tower later that evening.
Statement.
I was at my telescope for the majority of the evening, but at one point I returned to my desk to look something up in a reference book. I couldn't find the book I wanted, so I figured Fiona must have borrowed it. I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall. I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library. She looked impatient and slightly frustrated.
Same as ever then?
Quiet. I passed her by and went upstairs to Fiona's room. The door was locked, but I could hear shouting coming from inside. I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter. I had no desire to invade their privacy by eavesdropping, so I waited for them to finish and come out into the hall. Before I could ask about the book, Poppy grabbed my hand and took me upstairs along with Fiona. It was apparent that both of them had already been crying about something. We went up to Flora's tower. Freya was laying on her back, right in the middle of the room. Flora and Fitz were already there. They both looked stoic as ever. Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did, and then Fiona went downstairs with Poppy for some reason. I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
Why did you leave so quickly? Wasn't there anything you could have done to help?
Don't take this the wrong way, but the whole ordeal is fellow family business. I'm quite sure they don't need me getting in the way at a time like that.
You have that shifty look in your eyes.
I don't especially want to talk about myself. Introspection often leads to vanity.
Wait, does it?
Why don't we discuss the moons of
Huh?
Jupiter instead?
I'm not sure if we have time. Aren't there like 10 of them?
83.
Yeah, we don't have time.
What? Okay.
My Poppy, my pride and joy. Exceptionally talented pianist from a young age. She... Hold on. Why is she on your list of suspects?
Because she's a suspect.
Oh no, I can personally vouch for her innocence. She'd never... Well, the truth is, she loved Freya very dearly.
If you
In
don't
what way
mind
are
me
we
asking,
talking?
What happened to Poppy's mother?
Primrose? She was Flora's sister, a Remington by birth. The playing field has never really been even since she left.
Where did she go?
Away. She went away. What do you want me to say? He's the gardener.
He's a member of the family.
Yeah, but not the Pointer family.
What happened to his parents, do you know?
His father, Flint, is Felix's brother. Strange man. Don't think anybody knows what happened to him, but he certainly doesn't live here anymore.
What about his mother?
Emily? I've not met her. She never actually married into the fellow family. Her relationship with Flint was, it was short-lived.
Huh.
Nobody could deny her talent. She was remarkable, artistically gifted, but also highly intelligent.
Those two things aren't mutually exclusive, you know.
Was she ever interested in astronomy?
I don't think she was. The fault may well lie with me for failing to inspire her. But I think she was captivated by more tangible things here on Earth. My daughter loved her. Fiona, too. That said, in the last year or so, more and more I've begun to notice her by herself, wandering the gardens at the most peculiar hours. She must have explored every inch of the grounds 100 times over. Quite a restless spirit, I think. I'm surprised she chose to live at Tangle Tower as long as she did.
Huh.
Hard to read, that one, but she seems to know what she's doing.
She's kind of mean.
You know, I simply assumed all
She's kinda
detectives were
mean.
sharp, rigorous, and thorough. Then, of course, I met you.
So that's supposed to entail.
Ah, yes, the heiress of Tangle Tower. Goodness knows what'll happen when she takes charge. I dare say she'll confiscate my telescope and replace it with a microscope.
She doesn't seem to be the type to impress her will on others.
Still, keep an eye on her. Dangerously intelligent, that one.
You sound jealous. Wait, are you two science rivals?
Oh no, we operate on very different wavelengths. Literally. He should learn to make the most of his lot in life. And he does have a lot. In life.
You're talking about money?
Among other things, but yes, he currently has agency over a small fortune. That is, if he hasn't already squandered it, or lost it.
You two don't get on?
Oh no, we're the best of friends.
Why do I sense sarcasm there?
A listless soul drifting through the ether.
What's wrong with her?
Not sure. She's always been troubled. Comes from a dysfunctional family. I'd say you could ask her about it, but, I think you might find that to be a bit of a dead end.
Hardy har har. Okay.
Oh my. This is the first piece that Primrose ever learnt on the piano. Primrose, that is Poppy's mother. She
I
passed
know.
it down to Poppy when she started teaching her how to play.
Poppy's piano teacher was her mother?
Of course. Warms my heart to know that after everything, Poppy still has it up on her wall. What a precious photograph. She hasn't changed a bit, has she?
Who?
Oh, if you don't know, perhaps I don't either.
What?
Curious creature, isn't it? Some sort of amphibious bipedal fish man.
Playing a trumpet.
Playing a trumpet, yes. Fitz seems rather keen to grow things like this in his greenhouse, doesn't he?
What's wrong with that?
Well, you can't eat it. Makes you wonder why he bothers at all.
Makes me wonder why you talked like that.
These were drawn by Freya. She must have drawn that one of Hawkshaw rather recently.
I guess.
Freya was well acquainted with the abstract, I'll say that much.
What does it look like to you?
To me, it's a big, red thing.
What a fascinating interpretation.
He's right, though. It is a big red thing.
I feel like that's either Hawkshaw or that's just a big mountain or something.
This is
What?
supposed to be Felix, is it?
I think so.
I see he's afforded himself considerable artistic license. I haven't seen that tape for a long time. Who broke it?
No idea.
Ah, well, possessions are fleeting, my friends. Pointer property originally, purloined by the fellows. Typical. I find that painting to be in rather bad taste.
Oh, yeah?
The knife with real blood on it? The whole thing is rather vulgar. A very old statue indeed. I'd recommend you leave it well alone. The
Okay.
poor fellow's in bad enough shape as it is.
Very
Not
sus.
exactly a wealth of information, is it?
It's enough. So, which one is Tangle Tower?
What's that?
There are two towers, right? Flora's tower and your astronomy tower.
Neither? Truly, I have no idea. You'd have to ask Flora.
She named the house?
The whole thing is a result of her squabbling with her family.
With Felix, you mean? Her husband?
No, her brother and sister, and her father. The Remington family was a rather tumultuous little unit, you see. I don't think Flora has spoken with any of them in over a decade.
Huh. Should I, like, go to a different room or actually try to solve one of these puzzles?
It's a chart of the solar system. Which planet are you from, Sally?
Hilarious. Okay.
It's too cloudy to see any stars right now.
It looks pretty, though.
It's also daytime.
You can do whatever you like. Okay. Hello, Saturn.
Crickets.
They're clearly gizmos.
What's the difference? AV. Oh my god! Oh, these are cute!
They're bird cages, but the birds are coming and going freely.
Is that a metaphor?
Oh, it totally is.
Oh, they look like little marshmallow peeps.
An especially fancy cage.
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
3 brightly colored birds in a heavy ornate cage. Oh, I like that.
And especially...
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
Okay,
My little writing desk. It's kinda cute.
There's nothing written in the book, although someone's torn a page out of the middle.
Suspicious. So is that butterfly. That's also suspicious, yet also
Check
pretty.
out that butterfly.
Looks evil.
Looks evil.
Wow, judgmental.
Oh.
A rather magnificent bush. Somewhat cruelly confined to a stone pot.
There's a letter P carved into the side.
This is why I love Grimoire himself. He's a mood.
Oh, just beautiful. What is it?
Huh?
Sort of a delicate jade, but with a little seafoam green, is that right?
Sorry?
Your hair, dear! Which shade do you use? It's lovely! And that shape, you're really pushing the envelope.
Oh,
Okay.
thanks. I do what I can to offset Grimoire's beige on brown ensemble.
Detectives don't need to be brightly colored. We prefer to blend into the background.
Oh, you're the detective? Delightful.
She's extra.
Pleasure.
Is that short for Penelope?
Officially, yes, but I never can be bothered with all 4 syllables of it. Penelope sounds a little ostentatious coming out of the mouth, don't you think?
Sure. Yeah.
She is extra.
20-something, Aquarius, love to travel, and nearly all of my friends are birds.
Travel? Where to?
Anywhere at all, as long as it has species worth studying. Ornithology, they call it. I call it the only thing I've ever been good at.
And have you studied the birds here at Tangle Tower?
But of course! Where else do you think I developed my love of the field? No matter where I go, I always find myself coming home to Tangle Tower.
Because of the birds.
Oh, no, because of him! Silly to admit, but I suppose I can't bear for us to be apart.
Who are you
sorry?
talking about?
Oh, don't you know? My fiancé, dear Fitz. He's not really the traveling type, you see.
Fitz fellow.
The very one.
You're engaged to a member of the Fellow family? That's interesting.
I'm not especially interested in whatever tedious feuding goes on between our 2 families. Fitz and I find it much easier to stay out of it altogether.
I'd have thought it would be friggin' Poppy that'd be around Fitzfellow in that sort of way. I'd have thought it would be Poppy.
I awoke early and headed down into the greenhouse to see Fitz. He's always there. Crack of dawn, every morning like clockwork.
How come?
It's where he's happiest. That and he has a great deal of work to do every day. Watering, pruning, mulching, whatever that is.
Do you help him with the work in the greenhouse?
Oh, no. I wouldn't dream of it. I'd probably break something.
So, you stayed with Fitz the whole day?
No. In the early afternoon, he went back inside. Rather suddenly, as it happens.
Did he say why?
He didn't. Probably just a touch of heat stroke, the poor dear. He's more delicate than you'd think.
What did you do after that?
I like the
Let's
background
see.
music.
I returned to the aviary to feed my birds.
And how many birds are you responsible for?
Officially 4, but in truth it's more like 400.
Can they not feed themselves?
Of course, and they often do. But I think they just like the company. As do I.
We all have a crush on Fitz.
Sometime in the evening, I left the aviary and headed back towards my room. But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs. He was muttering something. Seemed a bit upset, the poor dear. I followed him down, but the grand hall was empty by the time I got there. Empty aside from Detective Hawkshaw, who was loitering over by the library. I don't know what it was, but she looked a little lost. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the Fellow Tower. I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path. For some reason, he was coming out of Fitz's bedroom. He looked rather lost, too.
The heck?
I told him I was looking for Uncle. He suggested we look up in Flora's tower room. We could see from the hallway. The door was off its hinges. I knew then something was terribly wrong. A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya. Uncle Pointer was there. Fitz, too, standing over in the corner with Fifi and Poppy.
What about Flora?
Of course, silent as ever. Uncle suggested we should leave. Give the others some space, you know. So he and I both returned to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
I feel like that the way she gets around was just like using those like wing-like glove things or whatever they are. She just flaps them and just flies off the island. That'd be funny.
Oh, did you talk to Poppy already?
Yeah, a little bit.
And did you make any notes of what she told you?
Yeah, I did.
Lovely.
That's my job, yes.
Burn them.
What the hell?
Lies.
Why would Poppy lie to us?
Because that's what she does.
Excuse
She's
you?
a snake. Looks like one, too.
Don't you think you're being a little unfair, Penny?
She started it.
What the heck? I see what's going on here. She's salty that friggin' Poppy's probably moving in on her man. Oh my god.
Oh, she's
I can smell that. I can smell that salt from a mile away.
Wait. Is that me?
Oh my god. Tone down the ego, honey.
Can't say I've ever taken an interest in Uncle's astronomy. On occasion, I've dared to visit him in his tower, but I always regret it. It's all just a little too abstract for me.
What do you mean?
Oh snap! I
Did you
think
know the
got
sun
it,
is
cereal.
barely over 400,000 miles wide? Okay, so what should I do with that information? How does it help me?
Don't look at me. You're the one who memorized it.
All right.
Isn't he strapping?
He is big.
And so brooding.
Kinda sulky, yeah.
I can never tell what's going on in that beautiful head of his.
It just sounds like you don't know him very well.
Remember asking for your input.
God damn.
She'd sit in the aviary, first thing in the morning, and paint the birds. Sometimes she'd ask me their names.
Freya was interested in studying bird species too?
No, just wanted to know their names. Isabel, Clementine, Myrtle...
Clementine!
Cassandra,
Oh my
Jean-
god.
Got it, thanks. For my 21st birthday,
I
she
blacked
gave
out a
me
little bit there
frame
when she
of
said Clementine.
all the birds from a single spring, with their names written underneath. I can't begin to tell you how much I've treasured it.
Sounds like you two were close.
I feel like I always struggled to articulate my admiration for her, but she had a way of understanding unspoken things.
Okay.
She's a most unsavory little...
Whoa.
She was incredibly rude about my appearance.
Which part? The giant bird arms, or...
If I were her, I'd go easy on the judgment of others. I mean, look at her. She looks like the ghost of a scarecrow. I just wish Uncle Pointer would tell her to behave herself.
Professor Pointer? Why him?
Oh, it was Uncle that called her in. She's his responsibility. Did you not know that?
Okay.
She mostly ignores me, if I'm honest.
How come?
Well, we're not quite on the same intellectual level.
Oh. I mean, well, you don't need to.
No, no. It's quite all right. I'm comfortable with it. I must say, I really don't care for the den of self-delusion that he's retreated into. People are better off when they just let themselves be themselves. Between you and me, I think Felix is secretly rather miserable.
Wow. Shade.
A fellow bird enthusiast. She's quite the expert, truth be told. Studied them professionally at one point. I think her father taught her.
Are you friends with Flora?
A little bit.
A little bit friends.
She's one for the peace and quiet. I dare say I'm a little too loud for her. I can see that. I do admire her, though, really. Always felt like she could have done better than settle for Felix.
What the heck?
I said it.
Criminy! She seems like the type of person that would friggin' start gossip.
I must say the girls are awfully well behaved today. I think they know we're in the presence of company.
They belong to you? Why do you keep them in a cage?
They need a special diet, particular treatment. I let them out to fly occasionally, of course. But they're all one of a kind. I couldn't let anything happen to them.
Do they have names?
Of course. Let me introduce you to Tabitha, Tamara, and Tatiana.
I've already forgotten all three of those names.
Oh, that's simple. Tatiana is the oldest, Tabitha is the most patient, and Tamara has the best sense of rhythm.
Glad we cleared that up.
What about the one on your head?
On my head? He's just my hat. He doesn't have a name. Who would name their hat?
Okay. A little bit friends is a favorite line of mine for no real reason. I just like the way Grimoire says it.
Looks a little simple for Poppy, doesn't it? Thought she was a grade 12 or something.
I didn't know there were that many grades.
I'm sure they invented some new ones just for her.
Jesus, what is your damage?
I can't decide what's worse. How she looks here, or how she looks now.
Do you know who this is? In the photo?
Oh, absolutely no idea.
What the fuck?
Haven't seen this one in a while. He lives in the music room, doesn't he?
Currently.
Ooh, delightful. More of a gemstone than a fruit, isn't it?
Inedible, too, I think.
Yes. At one point I thought Fitz might be growing them to sell them. But honestly, I think he just likes the way they look. Very nice.
You've seen these before?
Yes.
All of them. Even this one of...
Yes.
She has a stick up her ass because of Poppy and Fitz. I know that. I know it. You guys really are my people.
I know a lot of people rather like this painting, but it's a little much for me. I find it overbearing. And for some reason, it makes me feel bad for Freya. I think she was more troubled than we knew. A bit vain to carve wooden figurines of oneself, isn't it?
Goodness.
How terrible.
You recognize it?
Color scheme. Obscene.
I'm going to guess that the ripped photo here is of Poppy, like, way back when.
Poppy's gramophone. She's had it for a long time. As a young child, she'd call it her mama phone.
Oh, that's
account of
cute.
it belonging to her mother.
That's cute.
Oh yes, adorable.
Okay, bitch!
I doubt Freya intended it, but the overall effect is a little unsettling. Don't you think? It's Flora that's the problem. She's an inescapably haunting presence, bless her. I'm sure I've read about this creature somewhere. Don't remember anything about him playing the harp, though. Finally! I get to see a detective's case file.
That's a very specific
Okay.
thing to be excited about.
Well, only last week I asked that miserable hawkshaw woman if I could see her case notes.
I'm guessing she said no.
Would have been much more polite if she had just said no. Instead, she was quite rude to me. Accused me of being, what was it? A shallow sensationalist.
Damn!
No, it's probably quite impressive. To a visitor, fresh eyes and all that.
Not to you?
Try living in it for 20 years. The sheen wears off. If it wasn't for my fits, I'd have little reason to stay.
What about inheritance? You're the next...
She's just
oldest
here for the
one
muscle
after
in
your
shape.
uncle, aren't you?
Well, thank you very much for phrasing it like that. But no, any money left in the Pointer family will pass down directly to Poppy.
Is that fair?
I couldn't care less, to be perfectly honest.
She just here for Fitz's muscle, and freaking Poppy's moving in on that, and she's pissed.
We can get into Penny's room now.
Now, like, right now?
Yeah, let's go. Oh, wow. Hello, what's that?
That's all the statements.
Let's go over them all.
Sure. What's up? Okay, suspect.
That's all the statements collected. Let's run through them all to see if anything doesn't add up.
To see if anyone's been lying.
That too.
Fitz and I were up in the Moonlight Garden most of the afternoon. Then I heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. So I made Fitz kick down the door.
Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back.
I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall.
But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs.
I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared.
I didn't know what to do. So I ran downstairs to get Fifi.
I heard someone heading down the stairs. Just outside my room.
Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me.
Eventually, she let me in.
I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library.
He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me.
I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower.
I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry.
I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter.
We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs.
I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path.
Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer. So I escorted her.
Wait.
We left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too.
Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did.
A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya.
Then I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting.
She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes.
I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything.
An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance.
I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
That's disappointing.
What is?
All the statements line up with each other.
They don't just line up. Some of them even seem to specifically confirm each other.
Okay. I feel like something did not feel right when Penelope said, "Oh, he was blocking my path," and the father guy, this dude right here, he said that he stumbled upon her and just escorted her. That doesn't add up to me.
That's all the statements collected.
Okay, wait a minute. Frick. Huh.
It's a garden, I think. Ready when you are.
That's the one thing, that's like the one thing that didn't add up to me. And I could possibly be like underlooking it or something. Let me go over it again.
All the statements collected. Let's run through them all to see if
anyone's been lying.
That too.
I feel like Penelope was lying about him blocking her path.
Then I heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. So I made Fitz kick down the door.
Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back.
I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall.
But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs.
I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared.
I didn't know what to do. So I ran downstairs to get Fifi.
I heard someone heading down.
Maybe Penelope just worded it
They're
wrong
just
and
outside
I'm
my
just
room.
reading into it.
Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me.
Eventually, she let me in.
I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library.
He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me.
I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower.
I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry.
I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter.
We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs.
I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but
Wait.
Felix appeared and blocked my path.
Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer. So I escorted her.
Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too.
Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did.
A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya.
Then, I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting.
She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes.
I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything.
An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance.
I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long, but when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
That's disappointing.
What is?
All the statements line up with each other.
They don't just line up. Some of them even...
Fiona says that Pointer followed them, but I think either Pointer or Poppy said that he like grabbed her hand. She like grabbed his hand. I'm actually suspicious of Percival now. He seemed eager to leave after finding Freya. That's also true. I could be missing, like, a lot of points. I'm gonna see if I can, like, question Percival or something. Okay.
That's rather a small cage for 3 birds, isn't it? But then, aren't we all trapped in a cage?
So no option to ask him what's up. Yeah, we should solve puzzles now. You right. Okay, where should I start, though? Where do I start with solving puzzles is the question. Don't forget to look in Penny's room. In Penny's room. Oh, yeah! Penny's room! Yeah! Yeah! Okay.
That's some flower.
There's something weird about it. It just feels out of place.
A brightly colored flower with an unusual shape. It looks very healthy and well looked after. The soil in the pot looks fresh and moist. It's also an unusual blue color.
It's a birdhouse.
Are those real birds?
Oh my god!
Nope. They're wooden.
They're using up all the perches. What if a real bird wanted to use it?
Swap the positions of 7 birds. Good shout. Wait a minute. I think this is color coordinated, isn't it?
No, that was it.
Holy shit, I got it! Yeah!
Nice work.
Thank you!
Did the door open? What's in there?
That is awesome! What's up? Now I'll... What? Now I'll get her? This is it. That a girl, I'm proud. Some people take ages to notice. It's about mixing colors. Good work. Thanks! But this being in Penelope's freaking room, though, that ain't looking good. Very sus. A ripped piece of paper crumpled into a ball. Red flower petals were found inside. A message is angrily scrawled onto the paper. Now I'll get her. But yeah, like, I do draw quite a bit, so, I mean, I don't know. That's probably why I figured it out. No, I don't mean to brag, but holy cow. Alright, Penny. You have some... What do you have to say for yourself?
That's, rather strange now, isn't it?
We found it in your room.
Just lying around, was it?
Nope. You'd hidden it, but we found it.
We do that.
What's the her in the message? And what's the deal with the petals?
It's really none of your business.
She's pissed off at Poppy!
Yes, it's my, my flower.
You don't like it?
I'm no good at caring for plants. I forget to water them. Birds are much easier. They're a lot more vocal when they get thirsty.
Do you at least like the look of the flower?
The look?
The colors? The shape of it?
Between you and me, I think it's a little vulgar.
You're vulgar. Because the red petals was like, it could have been from the red rose. She's very pissed off at Penny. Very, or not Penny, fuck. She's pissed off at Poppy. Oh.
Those petals.
What about them?
It's nothing. They're just unusual.
It's nothing my ass.
I've never seen that one before. Was it in the greenhouse?
Oh, Poppy will have 2 more poems
found it in
now.
Penny's room.
Oh shit! I'm ready.
Right. Yeah, it's mine.
Can you play a tune for us? What's so special about it?
What's so special about it?
I got it from my teacher. It's the first piece I ever learned.
How long have you been playing?
Since the day I turned 6. Family tradition. I was really excited to start learning. As soon as I got out of my first lesson, I told Freya and Fifi all about it. When I arrived at my second lesson the next day, Freya was there too. She hadn't asked permission, just showed up. For 2 whole years, the teacher taught us both.
Was Freya any good?
She would have been even better than me if she'd stuck with it. But one day, she just stopped coming to lessons.
Why?
That's just it. There was no reason. That's when I realized things were different for her.
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
Huh.
I don't know what that is.
Weird, considering we found it hidden in your room.
Well, my room is full of junk. There's probably a bunch of stuff hidden in there. I don't mean like... Please stop talking to me. Feathers flashing in the light, from a sunbeam gleaming bright. I shield my eyes and turn my head, but all at once I've been misled. Light is shining on the stage, but through the railings of a cage.
Wait. Hey, remember that melody? On what? The doorbell? Oh!
Eavesdrop what the stars are saying. Earthly tether, slowly fraying. Floating, helpless from the worst of jealous hunger, selfish thirst. Take a moment, kneel and meet the flowers growing at your feet.
Holy cow.
It's one of those big pianos.
Don't touch it.
Don't touch it.
Why not?
Might be haunted.
Let me play that one more time.
Yeah, it's mine.
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
Uh-huh.
Should we ring the doorbell?
Why would we not? It's a little melody.
Holy cow. Okay, let's show that to Fitz. The little angry note. Oh my god, that is creepy, honestly. Holy cow.
Those petals, they,
What?
they're red.
They're red.
A flower.
Yeah, it's a flower. We found it in Penny's room.
Okay.
Mean anything to you?
Why would it?
Come on.
I don't really go into Penny's room or anywhere in Pointer Tower. I just don't have a reason to. Penelope's 3 favorite birds. She's very protective over them.
Are they, like, her pets? Do they have names?
Oh, they have names. Penelope loves to name things.
Do you remember what she named them?
I do not. Poppy's piano music. I remember when she started learning. She's improved a lot since then.
Yeah, that's generally how it works.
Right. Of course.
Any idea who this is?
No. No idea.
What the fuck?
What's with the broken glass? This is a good example of how things work. I mix that soil here in the greenhouse. It's made with water from the lake.
And it makes the fruit grow all shiny and gem-stony.
Sometimes. You never really know what's going to happen.
And what do you do with this shiny, inedible fruit?
You look at it.
Fitz, one of these drawings is of you, in the rooftop garden, I think, with Poppy.
Mm-hmm. Are we done?
Oh! Oh, you brushing it off, boy? You brushing it off,
Freya's
boy?
best work, in my opinion. Although, the photo doesn't carry the same energy as the real thing.
What do you think it's a painting of?
What do you mean?
Like, what's the subject matter? What's that big red thing?
Oh, I don't think it's that kind of painting. That looks like it might belong to Poppy. That belongs to Poppy.
So, why is it up in Flora's tower?
I'm not sure.
What do you think that is in Flora's hand?
I don't know. It does look like a knife, but Flora wasn't holding anything at all when I saw her after the murder. But there's something bothering me. Something else.
What?
When we went into Flora's room, she wasn't standing in this position.
Well, she probably would have moved around a little bit by then.
She wasn't standing at all. She was kneeling on the floor.
Huh?
It's of no interest to me, but I overheard Poppy and Freya talking about it once.
What were they saying?
They were arguing about something, but I can't remember the details. Who gave you that information?
Well...
We don't actually know who it was. We were contacted anonymously.
I see. And what happens if the person who contacted you turns out to be the murderer?
I never thought about that.
Honestly,
be
that
some
would be kind
shit.
of fun. Like a twist, you know?
Nice painting. Gives you a pretty good idea of the layout.
The lake looks like it forms a perfect circle around the island.
It might seem strange to you, but nature is quite capable of producing perfectly geometric forms.
And those mountain cliff things around the outside?
We don't know much about them. They're unscalable. Not even Freya could have gone up there.
What's that?
This painting, it's speculative. There are no photographs from this angle as far as I know.
So Freya just made it up.
Let's call it an informed estimation. Poppy and I are friends.
Oh,
Right.
dark clothes, blue hair, an average of 3 words per sentence. Oh, you're like 2 peas in a pod.
She's very kind, and she has an interest in plants. Unusual flowers, mostly. I've been teaching her.
Right.
Is something wrong?
Ooh. Teaching, quote unquote.
Penelope is my fiancée.
Don't take this the wrong way, but Penny doesn't really strike me as your type.
She's not who she pretends to be. People think she's... well, they make assumptions.
And how's the relationship doing recently?
Good. It's good.
I saw hesitation there, boy.
I imagine you don't visit the astronomy tower too often, do you?
No, but I still see Pointer, sometimes. He's always curious about what I'm growing in the greenhouse. Asks me about the birds, too, and insects. He's pretty clued up on his evolutionary biology.
I didn't think there was much overlap between astronomy and biology.
Huh.
Tools. Used by a gardener. For gardening.
It's glass, but I can't see through it.
Total oxymoron.
I am not.
Hanging baskets. They're so high up.
To you, maybe.
You're only 2 inches taller than me.
2
Short,
inches makes all the difference.
short people problems up top.
A little chart of, actually I have no idea what it's about.
Another puzzle, eh?
Kinda reminds me of a periodic table.
Huh. I'm just gonna screen cap that. Ow. Those Greek numbers, they're like... Could those be for that, that fish statue thing that we saw? You're really getting me into this series, Serial. I hope you know that, haha. Well, yeah. You say that like it's a bad thing.
What do you make of it?
Not a whole lot.
And the fish thing is over here.
I'm still not sure about this thing.
Should we take another look?
Hell yeah! Wait. Oh, probably not for this. Nope.
Let's come back.
I was wrong. What about Hawkshaw? Hawkshaw? What's up?
I'll say this. He's well suited to physical labor.
That's a nice way to put it.
Fitz spends most of his time alone in the greenhouse. But I heard he's been breeding experimental flowers. In secret.
Whoa, scandal.
I just wonder if he's getting restless. Professor Pointer's a respectable astronomer. Keeps himself to himself. What?
We're just surprised.
That was the most polite you've been about anyone.
I find her rather embarrassing. Little more than a spoiled child.
He
Hey!
must be at least 25.
27. Just makes it worse.
God damn!
Poppy has remarkable musical talent. She could be famous, wealthy even, if she wanted to.
She'd probably have to leave Tangle Tower first.
Quite. The people here are surprisingly materialistic, considering how sheltered they are.
And Poppy is Wednesday Addams. Oh my god.
Growing this fruit simply because it produces a gemstone-like material. For what possible purpose, other than financial gain?
You're speculating.
What would you do, Grimoire, if you could grow valuable stone straight from the earth?
Can you tell I like goth characters? I can now.
Some breed of amphibious humanoid. Potentially bipedal. Although none of the statues show the creature's feet.
I guess we'll never know.
Who's that?
Not sure. It doesn't really look like anyone we've met so far.
Strange.
I'm assuming it's Poppy way back when.
Is that a clue?
Dunno. It was important enough to be framed, though.
I framed my law degree, doesn't make it a clue.
Same? Yeah?
Oh.
3 birds.
Reference
one
to the
pig.
previous game right here.
What
Yeah,
makes
I
them
I
worth
caught
keeping
that.
cooped up, I wonder. Would they not be happier flying free?
But then they might fly away from Tangle Tower entirely.
I wonder if they would. You consider that important evidence, do you? These people really are ridiculous, aren't they?
Huh. Cause like Boggy's bog and like the creature didn't show his feet in the water. Yeah, I got that. What about here?
Name, Fitzfellow. Age, 24. Profession, cryptobotanist. Likes soil, dislikes electric lights.
Hang on. Cryptobotanist? I thought he was just a gardener.
That may well be his preferred label. Mine, however, is more accurate.
Do you and Fitz not see eye to eye, Fifi?
We do not.
Well, I wouldn't have thought so. He's well over 6 foot and you've got to be just barely 5.
So what's the problem with him?
Exactly 1 week ago, I witnessed him sneaking up Pointer Tower. He was making every effort to avoid detection.
So?
He was also carrying a knife.
What? Carrying a knife? Fitz?
Name, Percival Pointer. Age, 57. Profession, none.
I'm pretty sure he's an astronomer.
Oh yes, of course. How uncharacteristically forgetful of me.
Shade.
Name, Penelope Pointer. Age, 27. Profession, ornithologist. Likes, birds. Dislikes, insects. Notes, Penelope is very beautiful. I have never had very much in common with her. Name, Poppy Pointer. Age, 19. Profession, oh. Apparently Poppy has defaced my notes. Under profession, I had of course originally written pianist, but she has crossed that out and written the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
What?
What is your opinion of Tangle Tower?
Oh, it's impressive. Elaborate gardens, unique architecture.
Must be worth a fortune.
Why do you ask, Fifi?
I am the heir of the Fellow family and the Remington family. This makes me the sole beneficiary of Tangle Tower.
That's quite an inheritance.
They can't make you do anything, Fifi. If you don't want the house, just tell them. Or just sell it. Who cares?
You sound like her.
I sound like who?
I require facts. What do you know?
Well, we know Freya was stabbed with a knife, and then she fell...
Correction. She was stabbed with something. There was no knife found at the crime scene.
Yeah, but you said she...
Apart from the one in the painting.
Which, as a mere abstract representation, does not count. Nobody has ever been stabbed by the concept of a knife.
You said Fitz was carrying a knife, though!
The statue itself does not interest me, but I do wish to know about those symbols on the harp. Have you deciphered their meaning yet?
We're working on it.
We are.
Freya is normally highly skilled at capturing someone's likeness, but in this painting, she has accidentally made Flora look quite young.
I think she was just being kind.
What is that kind? Anyway, I'm far more interested in what Flora is holding. I performed the test on the red paint myself. I discovered that it was in fact not paint, but blood.
What made you want to test it in the first place?
It was Poppy. She told me she thought the painting looked like a bloody knife. I told her not to be ridiculous. My mother owns no such knife. But then I noticed that the color was slightly too dark, and the substance itself was overly viscous.
You noticed that just from looking at it once?
Of course. The gramophone belongs to Poppy, but I believe she gave it to my mother, and my mother often loaned it to Freya. Or maybe it is the other way around.
When did it get cracked?
I cannot pinpoint it exactly. All I know is that it must have happened sometime in the last 2 days.
Is she laughing?
Okay.
A wooden carving of my father, made by my father. Although, now that I look at it, I do not understand how he was able to paint the red parts without any red paint. I believe Freya was attempting to communicate something through this painting.
Any idea what it was?
I am not the person to ask. All I see is a blood-red mountain with angry storm clouds brewing above it. As such, I cannot ascertain any meaning from it whatsoever.
Okay, so... Okay.
There is a drawing of me, a drawing of Detective Hawkshaw, and a drawing of Poppy and Fitz.
Oh! She knows
The
something.
fruit here has a unique chemical makeup. It makes them completely pointless. Unless you wish to cut it down and sell it as a precious stone.
It's not edible.
Depends.
On what?
On the structural integrity of your teeth.
Excuse you?
Why did Poppy leave shards of glass all over this statue?
What makes you think it was Poppy?
The statue lives in the music room. Who else would it be?
Who is that in the photo?
I'm quite sure that I have no idea.
Don't be lying to me.
An item from Poppy's childhood. Her earliest piano lessons hold some special significance for her.
Why's that?
No idea. She has never graced me with the details, and I am not forthcoming enough to ask.
You two are friends, right?
We are, yes.
But...
It is clear to me now that Poppy has become tired of my company.
is it
Oh,
anything
come on.
to do with Freya?
Oh, no. The changes in Poppy's mood have nothing to do with Freya. Her concerns simply lie elsewhere.
Okay.
I am scared of birds.
Why?
It is an irrational fear. I have no suitable explanation.
Oh.
It is a flower. It reminds me of something, but I cannot say what. Who is this her to whom the message refers?
Well, I don't know exactly.
I know.
Then how can I meaningfully evaluate this object? Next.
Next.
We met Felix, your husband. He's one of our suspects, and he seems pretty suspicious if you ask me. So, if you want to stick up for him, now's your chance.
You never examined a single thing in the library? Oh, crap!
Nice try.
I was supposed to! Shit, hold on. I'm off now before I backseat any further. Have fun. Okay! It was really cool to have you around. It was quite the honor.
Books about insects.
Well, theoretically. There's not a single book on that shelf.
Huh. Books about ancient history, I think?
There are lots of things to find in each room.
These
Okay.
books are ancient history. I think they'd crumble into dust if I tried to pick them up.
Good excuse.
Thanks.
Books about insects.
Well, theoretically. There's not a
Huh.
books about geography.
Skip.
Skip.
Books about space.
They're relatively untouched. Sure. Why not build a science lab in the corner of the library?
The search for new knowledge. The archiving of old knowledge. It's downright poetic. It's musty in here.
What exactly does that mean? What is must?
Must. You ask such stupid questions.
Hey, puns.
Nice. What's in those bottles?
I'm not sure. Soil samples?
Books about nature? A chalkboard.
Is this a library or a class?
Oh.
Any idea what this means?
Not a clue.
I'm gonna screen cap two, cause I'm gonna screen cap this too, cause that might be important.
I'm not sure I learned anything from that.
Huh.
Sure. Why not build a...
The search for the
Okay,
archives.
we already heard
downright
that.
poetic.
What about that?
Is that a snow globe?
A snow globe.
Of sorts.
Ooh. Puzzle.
Hey, look at that. It's a model of Tangle Tower. There's the lake and those weird mountains. What are you thinking?
That would make an amazing souvenir.
Hey, it's a what do you
That
think?
would make an
Hey, look at that.
That would
Okay.
make an
Nothing else to say. Oh, all right then.
Books about geography.
Skip.
Books about geography. Skip.
It's musty in here.
What exactly?
Musk. You ask such stupid
Nice.
questions. It's musty in here.
What exactly does that mean? What?
Must. You ask such stupid questions.
Okay.
Nice.
About burbs?
Books about birds.
The shelves are about half empty.
Oh, so you're a the shelves are half empty kind of person.
What?
You knew this already.
Books about nature?
Huh. I think at around like 9:30 I'll stop the stream here. Cause I don't know, it is getting late and people still go to school, I guess, so I don't know. Yeah, I know they don't go on Saturday night, Mom. But anyway, I know. I don't know, it just might be getting late, so frickin' either way, I'll stop the stream at 9:30 my time. Okay.
Hello. Doesn't need to be. Let's take a break.
An old wooden mask.
Probably cursed.
My daughter Fiona, our little burgeoning genius. You've met her?
We did. She's going by Fifi these days.
So I've heard. I asked her some weeks ago, what's wrong with your real name? She told me, get this, she wanted a name with an even number of syllables.
What?
She makes up the strangest things when she's under pressure.
What makes you think she made that up?
I happen to know the real reason she prefers Fifi over Fiona.
Oh yeah?
It's what Freya called her. Quite the character, eh? A fellow member of the Order of the Crimson Cloak.
Is that a real thing?
No, I just meant because we both wear, you know, red capes of a sort.
Has she questioned you yet?
If you call that questioning, she seemed bored by everything I had to say. I heard on the grapevine. Supposedly Hawkshaw is searching for some rare item. Something called the Golden Beetle.
What?
Honestly, it's probably a bunch of sensationalist rubbish.
You reckon?
Quite sure.
You reckon?
There is no treasure called the Golden Beetle.
How do you know?
Because I would have heard of it. Fitz? I don't trust him. He's slippery. Never commits to anything. Brain like an onion.
An onion?
Did you two have an argument?
No, but my daughter doesn't like him at all. And I trust Fiona's judgment entirely. She's a very vigilant young woman.
Huh.
Percival Pointer. Good old... So, what do you reckon? Is he the murderer?
I don't know, maybe. We still need...
That is not information we're willing to share at this time.
I'm just saying, keep an eye on him. Holds on to a lot of bitterness, does old Pointer. Just because he's always struggled to support his family. Slightly pathetic, really.
Excuse
And
you.
how long have you known him?
Over 35 years.
Childhood friends? Rivals?
Don't know if I'd do him the honor of considering him my rival. Penelope seems to have really settled into a groove. She struggled a bit when she was younger. Always a little estranged.
How come?
Well, she was mostly raised by her uncle. And he really only makes time for his own daughter. Now, of course, she's bringing the two families together through her marriage. It's a nice gesture, heartfelt, but futile. Poppy's a good friend to my daughter, always has been. I think they get on well because they're so... different.
Different like how?
Poppy is, she's quite introspective, good with feelings. Fiona, not so much. Still, Poppy always seems to be sulking about something.
The heavy, heavy price of emotional intelligence.
I've been carving for a couple of years now. I was hopeless when I started, but it didn't take me long to master it, as you can see.
Do you paint them yourself too?
I do indeed, Freya kindly taught me the basics. Nowadays, I can make just about anything I can imagine. Of course, this particular model is a self-portrait based on hard fact.
Hard fact, huh? So, you own a sword, Felix?
Of course, I own a great many. But my weapons are stored well away from Tangle Tower. Safety first and all that. That's one of Freya's paintings, is it not? It's impressive, but a little miserable for my tastes. Freya was quite the talent. She had a way of capturing the spirits of her subjects. Not in an evil way, in a good way. That looks like it might belong to Fitz. Now this is still in very good condition, apart from the crack, of course.
What about those shards on the inside of the horn?
Looks like somebody broke a glass and was trying to conceal the evidence. Cunning. Oh dear.
Do you know who this is?
Not a clue.
Come on! I am pretty damn sure that is Poppy before the way she looks now.
I've never been one for music. Why not ask Poppy instead?
Pretty goddamn sure that photo is Poppy way back when.
Bizarre things, aren't they? Penelope seems rather attached to them.
Do you not feel sorry for them in that little cage?
Come now, I'm sure they could leave if they really wanted to. That looks like it might belong to Fitz. Goodness me!
It's a drinking horn.
Is it full of ale? Or mead, maybe?
Right now, it's just full of dust.
Oh.
Ew.
Nice. A real treasure chest.
How do you know there's treasure in there?
Why else would it be locked? Plus, there's a treasure map hanging directly.
Okay, so that. Oh. Itch. Frickin'. There's no J in here, so shit.
I'll come back later.
It's a barometer, but it's broken.
I've never seen a barometer that wasn't broken.
A pencil drawing of a mountain on a moonlit night.
Mood.
What is it?
He's an imp.
What does he do?
Well, if you tell too many lies, he appears at the end of your bed in the middle of the night.
Oh.
Know how to solve that, I think. Do tell.
Nice. Plus, there's a treasure map.
Do tell, Vince. You look at the image on the box. Wait a minute. Oh! Oh, I think I'm getting it! H-I-J? Oh, shit. Oh my god. I mean, I had the right idea. I had the right idea because Amber said that earlier. But, oh my god. Okay, itch. the hell's the J? The fuck? Wait. H. Wait. H2. Fucking. Oh, it's the direction it's facing. The letters on the right are the directions on the compass. Thanks! Oh my god. Okay. H3. H3E.
Nothing.
What?!
Did you check the treasure map for clues? And what about that painting on the chest itself?
No?!
Still locked.
I think there's a connection between the painting
The
and
fuck?
the treasure map. Like they're different versions.
I think A.
That was incorrect.
What the
The
hell?
padlock has 3, just a grid reference for the map.
I.
That was
The
incorrect.
padlock has 3,
What the piss?
just a grid reference for the map.
That was
The
incorrect.
padlock just a grid reference for the map.
That was incorrect.
The padlock has just a grid reference for the map.
That was
The
incorrect.
padlock just a grid
What?
reference for the map.
I3N.
That was incorrect.
The padlock has 3 different inputs. A letter, a number, and a compass
Well,
direction.
shit. I mean. Well, it's 9:32 already, so. I mean. But I don't want to leave this, like, incomplete. At the same. I don't get it.
It's just a grid reference for the map.
This is harder than we anticipated. Yeah. Let's Google that. Tangle Tower. Fits puzzle. What? I4N.
That was incorrect.
The padlock has just a grid reference for the map.
It's alright. I'm not mad, it's just confusing. E3N.
That was incorrect.
The
Jeez,
padlock has 3, just a grid reference for the map.
Okay, E3S.
That was incorrect.
The padlock has
Goodness.
3 different and just a grid reference for the map.
Felix, that's his name. I frickin' mixed him up with Fitz. Okay, H6W. H6W.
That's done it.
Finally! Oh my god! Thank you! Holy shit!
What was in the box?
More wooden models. These are a little different to the one on the desk.
Ashu saved the day! Okay. A model resembling a child with green hair, a model resembling a woman with gray hair, a model resembling a white and red bird, a model resembling a broad-shouldered man. The wooden models have been hand-painted. The paint is not skillfully applied. A pot of red paint and a brush is laying nearby. The brush has some dry red paint on it.
Ah, you found it. What do you think, huh? I had to rush the final touches a little bit. It turned out all right, though.
What's it supposed to be?
It's Flora, of course, surrounded by all her favorite people.
We should search the astronomy tower? Oh! Oh shit!
They're in very good condition.
Okay, with that being, with that puzzle being solved finally, I'm gonna end the stream here. It was pretty dang fun. We had, like, one of the developers show up, which is a first for me, in my opinion. So, yeah, I hope the rest of y'all had fun, so, bye.